Ayofo Makwaba Ediba Vimbas TV. So Yvonne Nelson had a very interesting revelation about say in 2010 no just a Sarkodie impregnated her just a Sarkodie nyem na or refuses say or be taking responsibility according to Yvonne Nelson. Just say or making this revelation on the book I friend I am not Yvonne Nelson. No chemo I will say in 2010 she was forced to abort that baby because Sarkodie, according to Yvonne Nelson, on no, and our man in no, I refuse to say onje akwalano and I on taking responsibility of this particular pregnancy. Now Ghana Web and reported this particular news answer na yebekwa kind of troy and unyan subscribe ye my YouTube channel ye kai will say edino vimbas YouTube subscribe net notification on. Ghana Web a true story and say Sarkodie impregnated me, refused to accept responsibility. Yvonne Nelson. Among the revelations in her book I Am Not Yvonne Nelson is her decision to terminate a pregnancy because the man who put her in that situation refused to accept responsibility on the basis that he had another girlfriend. The man in question, according to Yvonne Nelson, was a rapper based in Tema. And this incident was in 2010. In her narrative, she mentioned that the said rapper was Sarkodie, the Ghanaian musician who is now an icon and a multiple award winner. I had gone for a pregnancy test to confirm what becomes the most obvious conclusion for a sexually active young woman who misses her monthly flow. I was in the company of Karen, and when the test result was ready, I wasn't strong enough to open it. She did and declared the verdict. Charlie, it did there, she exclaimed. On an ordinary day, I would have laughed out loud, and that would trigger a string of jolly conversations and jokes. But this was no laughing matter. It was a grim piece of information that was capable of turning my world upside down. I wasn't the only one responsible for the situation, so I called the man whose potent seed had germinated in me. His name is Michael Uswadu, a renowned Ghanaian musician who is better known as Sarkodie. Sarkodie was a budding musician with the potential to become one of the biggest artists in Ghana and beyond at the time. However, the future looked uncertain, and his way through the maze of life all appeared too foggy to predict. Success was not guaranteed. He was still living with his mother and was not ready to carry a burden while he was being carried by his mother. I wouldn't call what had developed between us a serious relationship. I gravitated toward people in the music industry. For the longest time in my life, music was my gateway from all the unpleasant things life threw at me. So I liked his talent. We started talking and got closer. Parts of the book read. As captured in chapter 8 of her memo, launched on Sunday, June 18, 2023, the actress attempted to abort the baby by taking some concoction from a colleague, but to her dismay, the substance could not work. As a test revealed, she was still pregnant. She took the decision to abort the baby because she is fatherless and did not expect to give birth to a child whose father had refused to accept responsibility. The first thing that hit me when he said no to keeping the pregnancy was my own life. I had grown up without a father in my life. I had often been reminded of how I had been born by mistake. I was still wondering if the man whose name I bore was my father. How was I going to bring another human being into this world to live like me, someone whose father would reject him or her as Mr. Nelson had rejected me? If there was a way to spare someone else the trauma I was contending with, why would I reject that opinion, especially when I was not Yvonne Nelson said in her book. She further recalled finally succeeding in aborting the pregnancy, but said, "It is one of the most regrettable mistakes in my life. If the clock of life could be rewound to my younger self, I would keep it." About the book, I Am Not Yvonne Nelson is an explosive and riveting account of a young woman who sets out to discover herself, but finds out that she has been living with a false identity. The drama and the twists and turns of this moving story have all the markings of a spellbinding movie script, except that the protagonist, who is an actor, is contending with a reality that intermittently sucks her pillow with tears. Uncharacteristic of an autobiography, the author comes to her audience stark naked. The book opens the door widely into the life of the author and exposes the good, the bad, and the ugly sides, not only of her life, but also of the make-believe world of celebrities. The launch was graced by many industry stalwarts, businessmen, and politicians, including John Dumelo, Ajete Anan, Mustafa Abdul-Hamid, and Becca. Also present were media personalities Manasseh Azuri Awuni, Sammy Forsen, and Ghana Web Entertainment editor Abrantepa Bonifo Boabeng. Therefore, the story we episode Chemwa in short, and it say in 2010, Yvonne Nelson and it's Sarkodie. According to Yvonne Nelson, she share her review on pregnancy by now pregnancy by or say okoye test. Onu osuo we intimi ankan test no, which is a common thing for all people who are not ready to carry pregnancy. Intina downful be a friend carrying and a kind test na obono answer ne say pregnancy ewo ho. Now see nipa on ne ho kan no and nipa on ne have sexual intercourse back to back Sarkodie ni di ankasa ye Michael Usuado nti o fresh Sarkodie say Sarkodie mafa uni nsen and Sarkodie manity ase hwe be a hustler 1 minisika 2 3 ne se me maame na ehwe me enti no mintimi nso mfa wo be count pregnancy ne de mintimi nje eno ene force Yvonne Nelson ono nso ekoye abortion no se wa regret pan say or abort this particular pregnancy because anka onim say ena nyema be ko anka obe keep pregnancy na wo in recent time. Now, sanso eto aso echemu say pregnancy ni de oye no wa regret ya ontimi chese odwen ho onti ase na Yvonne Nelson esanso eto aso echemu say Sarkodie de eyo no ankasa ne ben na one ne kasaya chese things came that far na over the years no any musicians are having yema nyina kind Nigerian ya na yeti chese Papi Kojo any Joy B room obi nso around her or say mostly no music ena eboano ema nitimi overcome a lot of things entino the entanglement any Sarkodie own friend relationship ne mom e bibipe any see was just one of those. Now it was also say one of the basis why or aborted and say also ne mame ewo no just ne papa and take responsibility entino ono nso mpese obewu ba bia chese ne papa ebe eskemesis on pese obeje that particular pregnancy. On that note entina ono Yvonne Nelson eko aborted akwala, and which of course according to her no wa regret it. A lot of people are saying say o mama sebi ewo na o papa nje and take responsibility. Now also have a marital problem there and go and seek proper Christian spiritual help from a good man of God. We dear Egasi on Sarkodie. He's here to respond or react to that particular expose Yvonne Nelson and the about or reacting so at the Bebremo. Vimbas TV so and now we kai will say subscribe and my YouTube channel. Yeah, that's CP.
Vimbas TV.